AM 1430 KRGI, 105.5 FM. Good morning. I'm Brian Gallagher. We have a guest in studio today on behalf of Central District Health Department, but to talk about some child care information we're going to try to get. So first off, I want to introduce you to Kristine Van Hoosen. Welcome. It's good to have you here.
Thank you, Brian. It's great to be here.
Now, you said you went to school here and stuff, so you're very familiar with Grand Island, and now you're back on working with those little kids with the big eyes and wanting to know even more.
So inquisitive. It's great. It's a very rewarding position I have.
So let's talk about this child care survey.
Yeah.
Tell me more about it.
So I'm a part of a Birth to 11 group here. It's a group of individuals who have a very passion for early education, actually probably education all the way through high school here. We care so much about the kiddos. We've done a few surveys over the last couple of years, and it's come to our attention that there's a high need for after-school care. It used to be kind of prominent in town, but now the schools don't have the capacity to do after-school care. A lot of our local providers have some after-school care, but just don't have the full capacity. So we're trying to figure out what our community needs for after-school care.
I've heard a lot about this already, just the situation. And part of it is you have so many families that have become two career families, and sometimes the work schedules don't necessarily jive.
Yes.
So one spouse or guardian or whatever works during the day, another one works at night. There might be an overnight shift involved in all of that mix, but yet the school schedules and school needs continue, and that really complicates this whole issue.
It is, and I think the issue it really creates, Brian, is that there's just no place for these kiddos to go during that overlapping portion of it. I'm with the YWCA, and we have a large program, but even as a capacity of 60, we're full. And so these kiddos just typically stay home or have friend and family care, which is a really great option, except for there's no focus on having them get the educational activities, the activities in the community, help with their homework, which a lot of our programs in Grand Island can help with.
So what else have you learned in regards to, I'm sure you've had ideas, I'm sure you've had maybe some folks that say, well, I'm willing to be involved, but I can only do this, this, and this, so they run into that schedule too. But what else have you seen or heard?
Oh, I would say a lot of the issues become, what do we do with these kiddos? How do we engage them? What kind of programming can we allow? We have a lot of community members who are willing to step up and say, okay, we can take some more of these kiddos. We can maybe help build a new program. But what do we have out there for assets to make a more sustainable program? Financials are really hard for these kiddos. How much can these families afford? How much can our community put into this program? How can we support our local providers and maybe allow them to expand their capacity, maybe help some ways with incentives? We do have a lot of people who are willing to come to the plate to help, but finding the space and the people to run these newer programs has been a little bit of a challenge. Financially is our biggest thing for our community, for these families.
Obviously, you've learned a lot already, but is the survey continuing? Are you still gathering some of this data?
Yes, the survey is very important. We need to know what families need, what hours. Our community is unique because we do have a lot of overnights. We do have a lot of 2 to 10 shifts. We have a lot of off-shift workers. Our current providers provide care from the 8 to 5 typical shifts, but we have a lot of atypical shifts here in town. So we want to know what kind of care they need, how much can they afford, what kind of supports do they need, where they are in the community, because logistically, where can we help in our community? Where doesn't have care, where does have care? All these things we need from the survey to know what our families need in our town.
So you say you work with the YWCA.
Yes.
Are there other participating groups involved in this survey and the data and future plans?
Oh, absolutely. We have a strong base of providers. We have a couple of other centers who are involved in this as well. We have a lot of in-home providers who are interested in the survey too. Collectively, this data will help us help our current programs as well as figure out what our future needs will be as far as how we can support these families.
Kristine Van Hoosen is with the YWCA, but they're also working on gathering data through a child care survey to try to come up with some solutions to the complicated situation that is child care in the 21st century.
Absolutely.
And we have seen it change. It's not going to stop. The complications are going to continue, so there are a lot of things that can be looked at, need to be looked at, and as they are looked at, they'll realize, oh, wait, there's more.
Oh, that was so heartwarming to hear that, because this is a complicated issue, but it is such the infrastructure of our community, and we really need to look into finding what those solutions will be for us.
If folks would like more information about whether they can help or maybe they need a little help in this particular topic. Maybe they do have an idea, maybe even some kind of a pathway to support. Who should they call? How do they reach out to find out more?
And so they would call the Central District Health Department and talk to Jessica Hammers. She can get them in touch with our committee and our group to see what they can do to support, help, or take part in the survey.
Okay, what number should they use?
They would use 308-385-5175.
Kristine Van Hoosen is here to tell us more about the Child Care Survey and the opportunities that are here and the opportunities that will be coming, and hopefully some solutions to go along with it. Come back and see us again sometime, okay?
Yes, thank you, Brian. It was great.
Good morning from AM 1430 KRGI 105.5 FM.